start with the big news that I think is nothing new, but since it was brought up by Billboard and they're a well-respected music company that always, I'm gonna say 99.9 gets it right. They came out last week and ranked Illmatic as the best rap album of all time.
Oh my
So
gosh.
so just so there's no secret that's been around, but since they reported that last week, I think I had to talk about that first. Let you guys know. If you haven't listened to it, please stop what you're doing, put it on. If you're driving, pull over to the side, find it on your favorite app, play it, listen to it. 5 mic recipient, 2021 inducted to the Library of Congress. Um, Nas is one of the top 10 lyricists of all time, if not ranked higher. But I'm gonna give other people some space to think they belong up there. But yeah, so Nas, Illmatic, best rap album of all time. Go cop it, go listen to it. If anybody wants to comment or hate, go ahead and let us know.
I'll hate.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've listened to the Illmatic and I didn't get it. I didn't get the I didn't want me to feel great. But that doesn't mean that I'm right. I could definitely be wrong. And after hearing Father give this news segment, I will definitely go listen to it again. And see if once again, I'm probably the one who's in the wrong here. I'm like pretty confident I'm in the wrong and that there is something special about it, and my ears just didn't pick up on it the first time. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna put it back on, and I'm gonna give it another listen and see if it catches me this time.
Hey, I went back to see if any of your guys were on there, and I couldn't find Tyler. I couldn't find Childish. I couldn't find I don't know anybody else that you like. I mean, I tried. I kept
On
an open
Billboard?
mind, huh?
On Billboard?
Yeah, on Billboard. Billboard top 100. There's a whole bunch of people. But hey, all I know is Illmatic was number one. So
I gotta see this Billboard top 100 then.
Honestly, same.
all right, that was my news for article for the week.
Wait. Off the top of your head, brother, what would you say the best album of all time is?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Rap album or just in general though?
No, rap. Billboard said rap album. So I'm saying best rap album of all time in your brain.
Okay.
What is it?
Best rap album of all time in my brain.
Or in your heart. Either or.
Just because you asked me, and I don't know why the wheels aren't turning. Let me just go out on a limb. No, Tyler the Creator, Flower Boy.
Fascinating. Okay.
Tyler the Creator, Flower Boy. There you go.
I was not expecting that, but okay.
All right. What about you, Jeremiah?
Oh, it's Good Kid, Mad City, easily. It's Good Kid, Mad City. It's Good Kid, Mad City, or it's The Cool, actually, because I did really like that album.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think Kendrick was mentioned. Actually, I think in Yahoo? Yahoo ranked Damn, the number one rap album of their catalog or whatever. So
that's so interesting. Out of Kendrick's albums, to put Damn up there.
But I don't consider Yahoo or whatever to be well-respected music company. So I'm going with Billboard on this one. So
I thought Yahoo was out of business, honestly.
That's actually a good point. I thought it was out of business too. Now that you said it.
I thought Yahoo was out of business for sure. For those unaware, a little background. Kesha famously separated from her producer, Dr. Luke, a couple of years ago after suing him for abuse and sexual assault, and it was a very huge news story. And a lot of artists came out in solidarity with Kesha and sided with her and vowed not to work with Dr. Luke again in light of the various allegations that presented against him. And it kind of took Kesha's side and believed her story and support her in her journey, right? All this good stuff. Katy Perry, apparently not one of those people, and she just released a new song called Woman's World with Dr. Luke, which a lot of people, A, think it's a bad song, B, think that message of woman empowerment and support, etc., feels incredibly hollow when working with someone who was widely considered to be someone that is guilty of, or at least accused and guilty of very heinous crimes against women. So a lot of people are trashing the song, but for both just being a bad song and for this part of it. And as well, Kesha, like now a newly single artist and not tied down to any producer like she used to be, released her first new single recently, and it did definitively better than Katy Perry's single, which is a lot of people cause for celebration. And think that it's not a victory for Kesha to come out with a song like that and have it do better than a song that was made with her past abuser. So, just that's kind of story of just a tale of Kesha kind of rising up over like a past a really bad past person scenario. And Katy Perry, a lot of people call this song and the whole situation from Katy Perry kind of out of touch, like desperate. I've seen that word used in different news articles, and yeah, I think it definitely feels like a 2016 song. Uh, which I used to really like Katy Perry in 2016, mind you, but I think what was that look? What was that look?
Honestly, Katy Perry would never be on my list of artists that I really like. So that's just coming up dark.
Oh god, yeah, no, I really liked her one album, like one of her earliest albums. Uh, the one where I forget what it's called off my top of my head, but it's the album where she has that song, "One of the Boys." It's what is it? Quick check, it's gonna bug me. Oh, it's the album "One of the Boys." That's from 2008. 2008 album Katy Perry, I really enjoyed. Um, but yeah, her recent work has been kind of left me wanting, and this most recent song and music video on top of that, just do feel like they're really not in line with the supposed message of women empowerment that she's going for. So that's what's going on there.
Is Dr. Luke a real doctor?
No.
Is Dr. Dre a real doctor?
No.
There you go. There we go. Thank you, Jermaine, for your news story.
You're welcome.
Of course. Yeah. So my news story, I'll keep it rather brief. My news story is in regards to Kanye West announcing his retirement from professional music. A little ironic because his renouncement of his retirement seemed to coincide with him releasing or hopping on Consequences single. It was No Apologies. I think he's on the hook of that. So I just thought it was a little funny that he announced that he was going to retire, and then days later it was on a single. But I'm assuming that's going to be his last work. The more, I guess, interesting part of the story is that apparently, and I'm not on Spotify, so I can't confirm this, he took down Vultures from Spotify. That's what I saw all over the internet, that he took down Vultures, which is very on brand for Kanye. He's always messing with what's up and off streaming. It's one of the things that made me stop really caring about what he dropped, because he would just change what he released after the fact on Spotify or whatever.
It seems to be still on here.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Vultures 1. Let's see. I wouldn't know if it's missing, but it's 15 songs. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I've heard multiple sources say it, but I don't know. So I have no idea what happened, because I've heard the retirement's begun. Yeah, I feel like the source is saying that it happened. MSN is saying that it came off. So I don't know if he took it off and put it back up or something. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that.
My question was, who do you think controls what goes up and what comes down?
In this case, I imagine like Kanye or his management, right? Like Kanye just is big enough, I imagine, to control his music going up or down on Spotify. But maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
I would assume I think it's whoever owns the music. It just depends on your deal. I think Kanye right now is releasing music on his, like I think whatever Kanye releases right now, I'm pretty sure he owns that. I believe. So
he owns the masters.
The reason why I ask is because I was just laughing. This, I don't know, just segues into what happened last week. And I hate to, every week we're talking about Kendrick and Drake or whatever, but last week, if you ask Siri to play Certified Lover Boy or whatever, it would play They Not Like Us. So I was just wondering who would, either program it or hack it that way. So I'm assuming whoever can put the music up can take it down, or I don't know how they hacked in and changed it. But
that's different though. That is if that happened, that is then the people who control the voice command function of Alexa or whoever else to redirect it to play Not Like Us. That's not
Oh,
like
that's
the
true.
streaming service like changing
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're right.
I never believed that story from the start. I didn't believe that actually happened.
Oh, it did. I saw it. It was on multiple news sources.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. It was all the way, I think it was like on MSNBC and some other news channels or whatever, music news channels, but it was definitely a thing.
That's interesting. I was gonna say, speaking of things I thought were, I should say, things I thought were retired. Consequence. Haven't heard from that guy in some decades now.
No, dude, he's no, 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 no. He's been active. He's been active. Yeah, dude, like nonstop active. Like even through his health challenges or whatever, he's been active. And he's got his son. Oh man, I can't think of his son's name, but he's Consequence has been super active. And I don't know if you know this, he has major beef with Talib Kweli. So like over the last like year or 2 years, I mean I've seen Consequence go live and just basically just disrespect Talib in ways that shouldn't even be allowed. I mean, he was just talking mad. I don't know what exactly it is, but Consequence isn't afraid to put hands on somebody. But maybe a couple years back, he was on some show with Joe Budden, and he sucker punched the shit out of Joe Budden, just like
No way.
took off on him. Yeah, so Consequence, um, he's active. I'll leave it at that. But he's been putting out work. He put out I think a couple of singles over the last couple years, and I think he may have even dropped an album. Probably didn't do well since Kanye kind of went sideways and started doing different things. Their relationship kind of separated for a little bit. I think Consequence was even upset with Kanye for just saying some of the things that he was saying, some of the rhetoric, and he wasn't trying to part ways with Kanye, but he was definitely giving Kanye some space while he was going through whatever he's going through. So to hear them back on an album together is kind of refreshing. But yeah, Consequence hasn't left the game. He's been putting in a work for these last couple of years.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's good to know. Now that you've told me that Consequence is not afraid to get violent, let me just make sure my opinion's clear. Consequence is an amazing artist who I fully support, and I wish him nothing but the best in his musical endeavors. There's no other reason I'm saying that other than him being the artist. Just have that out there.
There you go.
The song "No Apologies," I heard it. I listened to it in advance to this to get the news, be the news relevant. And it's the chorus is like it's paraphrasing here. We're not making apologies for the things we had to do to get rich, and I feel like that's not a person I want to piss off. I feel like that's someone that would in fact throw hands with me to get if he thought it would make him some more money. And I that's fair.
Good point.
Peace.
Vital thoughts. There's no vital thoughts jingle, man.
Oh man. All right.